A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I'd finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure. But instead, adventure found me. In our darkest moments, when life flashes before us, we find something that keeps us going. When all seemed lost, I found a truth. And I knew what I must become.
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I'm finally doing the review that I've been dying to do, and it is for Tomb Raider. So Tomb Raider has been a really long wait for everyone, and the question on everyone's minds is that has Lara Croft returned with a vengeance? One of the most iconic video game heroines of all time, and she really has come a long way from her blocky, polygon, trungle-breasted self to a more naive, to a more inexperienced, to a more realistic Lara Croft. And I hope you guys like the review. The only reason why it's been so long since my last video is because I made an oath that I would not do another video until I finished and reviewed Tomb Raider. So yes, I made an oath. So anyway, let's get started with the story. So our story starts off with the iconic Lara Croft being much younger, a lot more naive, a lot more inexperienced. She's with her crew on a ship called the Endurance, and they're on their way to an island situated in the Dragon's Triangle in Japan. And it is here that a storm somehow miraculously apparates and the ship is magically cleaved in half, and poor old Lara is swept ashore to uncover the mysterious past of this island and its mysterious inhabitants. So all in all, I actually like the story of Tomb Raider. For me, I've always felt that the stories for Tomb Raider have always taken a backseat. I've always enjoyed the progression of Lara Croft, because I do find her character in some of the older games quite two-dimensional, a little bit too single-minded. And with this reimagining or reboot of Tomb Raider, they really explored how a metamorphosis from a young, naive woman to a hardened survivor that we know and love nowadays. And I really like the progression of her character, and there's a lot of emotional scenes here that I really felt connected to, and I think it was important for fans to feel as well, and to feel connected with Lara Croft, because, you know, we grew up playing her games. So along with the story, I really want to mention some characters, because I really enjoyed some of the characters in this game as well. I really liked Lara's interaction with Sam, or Samantha, who's her best friend. They got like a really beautiful friendship going on, and I really loved the relationship between her and Conrad Roth. He's got like this really paternal instinct about him. He really guides Lara, he really cares about her, like a daughter and father relationship, and I really loved that relationship. So the characters in Tomb Raider were really well developed, but they really focus on Lara here, not so much the other characters. This is Lara's origin story, and I thought they'd done her justice. Okay, now we're going to move on to the hardest part of the review, which is gameplay. Now there's so much going on gameplay wise, and I'm going to think about it at the top of my head because there's so much going on. So the gameplay in Tomb Raider is action-adventure with some light stealth moments in there. There's some good action scenes, there's some expensive-looking cutscenes, explosions, and it's very reminiscent of a good Uncharted game, but don't let that fool you. It is not an Uncharted game. It feels like it in parts, but to me it feels like its own thing. There's quite a lot to discuss gameplay-wise. There's certain parts in the game where there's campfires, and with these campfires you can use skill points to boost your abilities, like your hunter abilities or your survival abilities. There's also fast travel, which is very reminiscent to Assassin's Creed, where you can like just travel to places on the fly from Assassin's Creed 3. I like that. They also use this feature. It's called Survival Instinct. So you press down the left bumper, and the world kind of turns into sepia, like a sepia wash, and then it turns black and white. And objects of interest will glow a certain golden color. So it was really helpful too, especially in an area where there's lots of foliage and there's lots of different architecture around the place. And it doesn't lead you by the hand exactly. I still struggle to find out where some items are, but the survival instinct was very handy. There's quite a lot to discuss, and I don't think I'm going to have time to squeeze in absolutely everything. So I'm just going to have to start doing things at the top of my head. The first thing will be your weaponry. You can use your bow and arrow, which is my favourite weapon. It's used for like long distance shooting, and you can pull off a really nice headshot there. You can also use a shotgun, which is used for close quarter combat. You can use your assault rifle, which is used for multiple targets, and you get a pistol as well. You can use your skill points to purchase skills, of course. Like for example, you can boost up your survival skills, your hunter skills, or your brawler skills. And you can use your salvage points. You have to find salvage items here to create your weapons and upgrades, and you can upgrade your gun capacity, your damage output and stuff like that. So it's quite typical, but I thought that it fitted well, didn't feel out of place, and I thought they did a good job with it. Also, old school Tomb Raider fans will be happy to know that there are challenge tombs here, so they are a welcome return. And with these challenge tombs, you can actually navigate them. There's like a light puzzle or some platforming here and there. And when you reach the end of this tomb, you actually get a really nice reward, and it updates your map with points of interest, like secret items like GPS caches, or something around that nature. So all in all, I thought there was just enough variation, just enough. It wasn't too much and it wasn't too little. It was just enough variation for you to keep you on your toes. And all in all, I really love the gameplay. It's really, really simply just perfect. And I hope I filled in the basics here. I'm really sorry if I didn't. So nextly, I want to talk about graphics. So the graphics in Tomb Raider were really well done. I thought they were consistent, top-notch, first class. All in all, it was just great. I really like the way that Lara moves. It feels really organic, doesn't feel tank-like, feels very fluid. The environments are truly, truly epic. They're really beautiful. I'm really glad that they decided to place this game in Japan, because it really gave them a lot of leeway. It explores a lot of different environments. So you start off in like the mysterious cave, and then you move on to like a military bunker. Then you come up to more temples. And then you come up to more like a feudal-looking Japan, with buildings and everything like that. So there's some really nice variation, and I'm glad that they addressed all things which make Japan quite iconic as a country, and I really like that. So I'm just going to be adding in some side notes before I conclude my review and give you my final impressions about Tomb Raider. So some side notes is that I really, really love the pacing of the gameplay, of the story, of the progression, the character development. It comes together really nicely. Tomb Raider is one of these games, it's like lightning in a bottle sometimes. It strikes, and when it does, it just hits you, and it's really powerful. There's some really good powerful scenes in here, especially with their first kill and the attempted rape scene. I'm not going to get involved with the controversy surrounding that. I'm just going to say that Crystal Dynamics gives you the choice, for the most part, on how to dispatch your enemies. If you want to dispatch them at all, you can completely evade them. It's up to you, for the most part, though. Also, another side note which I really liked is that Tomb Raider really pulls in the strengths of some really great games here. It really pulls upon the strengths of the Uncharted games, of course. There's a bit of a similarity, but not quite. It still feels like its own thing to me. Assassin's Creed 3, I think it really pulled a lot of inspiration from that as well, because you can actually loot animals and enemies and stuff like that, and fast travel. There's some really good Assassin's Creed moments in here as well. So all in all, if you like these two types of games, I think Tomb Raider will be a very good breath of fresh air for you, because it does these things good and kind of does things a little bit better as well than those games, if that's possible. So my verdict for Tomb Raider is that it was absolutely worth the wait. Absolutely. It has definitely exceeded my expectations and has really set the standard for future Tomb Raider games. I really think they're going to have a tough time trying to beat this one because it's simply first class. It's a top-notch game. And when I'm playing it, I felt absolutely captivated. I felt very emotionally attached. And I really felt the heart from this game as well. I can really feel the developers that put so much time and effort into this game. I really felt that. I felt their hard work and I felt their passion. So, great video games should do this. And it's like lightning in a bottle. Tomb Raider is one of these games that strike ever so often. And when it does, it's like amazing. And to me, it is amazing. It's simply a great game, guys. For me, 10 out of 10. So I'm currently up to my second playthrough now, and I'm going to conclude this review, so I hope you guys liked it. If you guys think I missed something important out, if you think I missed something that bears mentioning, you can leave that in the comment section below. Please write back, I will get back to you on this one. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yes, a survivor has definitely been born.
You can do it, Lara. After all, you're a Croft.
I don't think I'm that kind of Croft.
Sure you are. You just don't know it yet.